If you look at the website Esquad ERP, you'll find in the live demo you have around six categories of ERP services available. These are actually only three for the use for the ease of the user to come and select whatever is related to their company. We have split it across these six categories. So basically, I'm going to log into Esquad ERP construction, and this is going to be the same as contracting and projects. So construction, contracting, and projects are going to be the same. So let's have a look at the Esquad ERP, which is created for construction company. So this is primarily a construction company, and you can see on the left side menu, you can see home profile, users, HR, asset, projects, purchase, billing, expense, trial balance, inventory, report, a document management system, and help desk. DMS and the help desk is add-ons. Now, if you come to the HR module, you'll find something called components. Components is the salary components where you have additions and deductions, which can be deducted or added to your salary when generating a salary, when processing a salary for each month. You can also find the designations. So if you take a designation, you will know how much the permit numbers. For example, in the Middle East, if you take, there are visas available for each designation. So number of positions available is two, and then you can define the salary for each designation. When you come to the employees, you'll find that all the personal details of the employees are stored here. His salary statements are being printed. The client and contract to which he's assigned. You can even add multiple contracts, and the salary gets added to that particular contract. Expenses, the contact information, the official information, uh, any courses like HSC mechanical engineering usually has got the HSC courses being imposed by the major contractor of the country. So those kind of things, and the leave salary is being deducted properly. So these kind of things can be handled directly from the HR, and there is something called advanced salary or loan processing. So you can actually deduct on various months depending on how it's defined. You can take a look at it. So if you select purpose, the amount, you can select the months on which that advanced salary will be deducted. Uh, then you have the asset module where the buildings, the vehicles, and equipments of a company are being added. Their maintenance can be tracked under from a different module, each of those, and you can find a lot of details about the assets out here. Um, when you come to the project, you find the client and the contract. So the client is your actual client, and the contract is the one which you're working on. So if you go into a contract, you find the basic details of a contract, the document related to that particular contract, all can be updated here. The entire concept of Esquad ERP is based on cost centers, where each contract is a cost center, and you add all your billing, your purchases, your expenses, your inventory tracking based on that particular purchase. Even the salary is being deducted from a contract expenses. If you go to the purchase module where you call it the supply chain, the products and the services can be the product services and the suppliers can be defined here. uh, People can, like for example, if it's a service based company or a construction company, there could be multiple sites, so the material request is placed from the sites. Depending on that, the RFQ is raised, the quotations are raised based on the RFQs. It could be a product quotation or a service quotation. Finally, the PO is raised, and everything is tracked directly from the PO. Let's say if you take a PO, you can see multiple tabs, which shows items, the payments on that particular PO, the adjustments made on that particular PO, the invoice raised by the supplier, the RFQs corresponding to that PO, the quotations corresponding to that PO, then the goods received entry. Like when you add a goods received, it automatically goes into the inventory out here. So that's how it's done. And you can also add the payment separately to a specific PO. You can also add a goods received to a specific PO. These two sections ensure that when you add a user and specify a role from the user section, you can provide the access control to those specific sections of that particular module. So that's it about purchase. Now, if you go to billing, you can raise the invoices directly from the billing depending on what contract the bill is supposed to be raised. If you go to the expenses, in Escort ERP, we have divided the expenses as three different sections. One is purchase, maintenance, and miscellaneous. Purchase goes to the specific client and contract. And if you add a maintenance expense, it gets deducted from the contract, of course, and it gets added to the vehicle. So if you select maintenance, and if you select the type, automatically the vehicles are listed under that particular contract. So when you go to that particular vehicle, you see that the entire maintenance history is being reported there. So that is it about expenses. The trial balance is your usual accounting heads, the capital account, fixed assets, and working capital. All the rest is calculated on your P&L account and directly from the trial balance. If you go to inventory, you can find the warehouses. So all these warehouses, you can maintain all the stocks and everything directly under the warehouse. You can see, and if there is a reorder limit set on each product, so that can be tracked as well. Consumable inventories are tracked separately, so you can, and it's based on the batches. This batch number and the PO number. This is the PO number with the 1321 you see here is the PO number. So you will know this particular product reached on which particular date and based on which particular PO, and the warehouse is also specified. Now the material transfer is slip is for specific stock transfer from one warehouse to the other. You can you the amount you see is the actual stock price based on the PO. Since I think the PO has a zero value, hence it is not shown like that. If you go to the stock update, you can update the stock. Uh, you can select the type and just add the stock. So finally, and you can export a Excel sheet as well. Now reports, you get a set of reports already along with the default instance of Offamata or Escort ERP, and there's nothing here. So let's say expenses. If you take expenses, you could find the expenses. You could get payment reports. They've not started adding anything, so hence you get only some of those reports. Mm, the DMS and help desk are add-ons which are available on additional payment. So help desk is actually something called Spiral Desk, which is a different product provided by us. Uh, I think that's about it for the overview of the product.